And now for your listening pleasure. If you haven't ever started listening already, straight out of Milwaukee, the least talked about podcast in Wisconsin, Hip or Critical. Your outlet to let us praise and vent on all things that in the end really don't matter. I'm Dave Moke, M-O-K-E, and I'm with Alexa, M-K-E. How you doing today, Alexa?
Doing great.
All right, fantastic. So where do we start? Our first podcast. Yay.
Yay, first podcast. Yay. So looks like you and I have been doing some fun things. We're going to call this our Hip Happenings. And I know that you've done some cool things. So you took a trip recently. Where'd you go?
All right, I did. I actually took a road trip and went to the Football Hall of Fame and the Hall of Fame for in Cleveland, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Hall of Fame. Football, we actually got through them both in the same day. I think a little bit was down for repairs on each one, but you only need a couple hours on each one, and they're only about an hour away. But big thing in the Football Hall of Fame, all the heads of everybody that's in the fame, I swear, it looked like Futurama. You know, they weren't talking. And the real thing I took away from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is being able to look at all these spiral notebooks, pieces of paper, scribbled writings of all these lyrics that all these great songs came from, and you're just seeing notes and everything like that, and the spiral notebooks that happen, and the sweat and the scribbles and everything else, and you're just wondering how many untapped, really cool songs are still in that book somewhere, maybe. But so that was kind of neat.
That sounds really cool. I haven't been doing anything that cool. I've been following the whole PokemonGo thing, and I'm not a big cell phone game player. I have a couple things I play that, if you're bored, you do it. But one of the guys that
aren't they? Didn't they use those cache things? You used to find them, right? With all that same kind of idea.
Yeah, something like that. PokemonGo is basically based off of Ingress, which is kind of like a geocaching game on your phone. So Pokemon has taken that and to the nth degree. It's basically taken the Pokemon franchise, has doubled in value. And it's just craziness, but everybody's doing it. So you'll see these gatherings of kids, and there's you have to catch the Pokemon, which everybody knows you got to catch them all, right?
Gotta catch them all. Gotta
catch them all. And so, they'll be walking around with their phones. And people are running into things, and there's all these great, things of people running into things, including some guy who actually drove his truck into something, which is crazy. But then also, they have Pokemon gyms where you can battle your Pokemon and
right, get them fighting in fighting shape. Yeah.
So I just think it's really funny, that this is kind of like the Angry Birds or the Farmville of whatever.
How many minutes are we at right now? 14, 13? Are we at 10 minutes out of the 15 minutes of fame, or is this still going to be another month or two for the rest of the year?
You know what? I think what they're going to do is they're going to layer on some other things. So I think they're going to keep it going. And considering they're making a lot of money out of this, and Apple is making a lot of money out of this, they're going to keep this all going. And I think it's going to be kind of like Angry Birds. And I know you play Angry Birds, and my husband plays Angry Birds. You know how it was Angry Birds, and it was Angry Birds 2, and Angry Birds Star Wars. And I think they're going to do all of that.
Not seeing the movie yet. Not going to the movie yet.
Yeah. So
it's getting people. It's kind of funny. It's that whole thing now where little people, look at those kids out there. What are they doing? Why are they not doing computers?
Get off my lawn!
Doing it all and not moving around. Where we used to have to say, why are they at their computers? Why aren't they outside? Hey,
right?
Whatever they're doing, those young people, it's wrong.
So I know that you may have seen some Pokemon people at the concert last night. Did you see any Pokemon people at your concert?
Oh, yeah, no, didn't have to catch anything there. Phones are always out because they're always taking pictures of, you can't see the band because somebody's got to,
because somebody's got to view it through their cell phone, yeah.
Yes. So, but I take pictures too. So, I'm there. I sneak in and around. And yeah, Kaleo, I'll tell you, and I think it's how we say it, Kaleo. Well, what it is, again, is a band from Iceland that has a name that is associated with a Hawaiian name, maybe Music or Serene or something like that. Cool. And I would actually say that they probably combine the sounds of George Ezra, kind of that soul, I don't want to use the word gospel, but folksy, with throwing in Tom Petty with his country roots and rock roots, and then throw a little Foo Fighters in there just because they do have electric. It is very electric, and but a lot of it's, half of it's kind of mellow, but half of it's just like, what band came up when this other band was on? Oh, it's the same guys? You don't even know. So great show. Got a feeling of seeing them just before they break. So, you know, I don't have to say, whoa, last time I couldn't see them at Turner Hall, and now they're at, oh, and I can't see them. Yeah, they sold out. But now I got to really did that.
No, it sounds cool. I'm going to have to check them out. I haven't heard of them before, so I'm always into new bands. You know, my son-in-law, Brandon, loves music, so I'll have to check him out and, you know, get his take on it, too. And then, but I'm boring. So I watch TV sometimes, like a lot of people. But my
you've been back on Mr. Robot this year, then?
I am back on Mr. Robot this year. Did not watch yesterday's episode, and I will not do spoiler alerts. So all of our viewers, we do not do spoilers unless we alert you there's a spoiler, and then we'll tell you to mute. But yeah, last year was amazing. I mean, there hasn't been a show like this ever. I mean, it's contemporary, it's on point, the character development is fascinating.
Characters are just so out there. That's why you got to keep watching them. Oh, I finally have to do one of those. Now, was that guy? How did that? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Usually everybody else is asking me, and I get the answer. Now I have to go to places and go, what did they mean by that?
Right, right. But the cool thing is Elliot, who's the protagonist in this, is like so complex. And so this season,
that's what they call that, complex.
They call that complex. So this season, they're going to be delving more into Elliot's complexities. And that's all I'm going to say, because you have to watch season 1 before you even watch season 2. Otherwise, you won't get it. And the cool thing about it, too, is that it talks about hacker culture.
That's Christian Slater. That's the cool thing.
Oh, well, there's Christian Slater, yeah. But they talk about hacker culture, and they don't dumb down hacker culture. Like, you know, there's other shows that deal with, you know, hacker culture or nerds or geeks or whatever, and they're always a little bit condescending. This is not condescending. This is on a very intellectual level. So, you know, if you're not a tech nerd, you will get it, because they do a good job of making it.
But not making it so dumbed down that the techies aren't saying,
right,
well,
yeah,
blah, 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 I don't like it, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like totally into it, and as millions of other people are, and you know, there's a whole subreddit for it. There's all these theories, and you know, it's fun to watch, and it's fun to watch what people have to say about it. So it's really kind of cool. And so
it's a new kind of Lost again. It's a lot of Lost kind of things. You know, where is that going, right? You know,
I think they have it pre-written, so I don't think it's gonna like go off the rails like Lost did. They've got, and it's just really cool because they bring in like the, you know, it's called F Society, so that's like the analog to Anonymous. Remember when Anonymous was wearing all the Guy Fawkes masks?
Yep.
Yeah, so they have a version of that and everything. So it's really cool. So, you know, for anybody who hasn't seen Mr. Robot, watch season 1, begin to watch season 2. And if you don't have to be a tech nerd to watch it, but it is probably one of the best dramas.
And again, the main guy was in Night at the Museum. He was the Pharaoh in there.
Okay, yeah.
So
well, he doesn't play anything like that. This character is so crazy. Exactly. Literally.
A little bit different, yes.
Yeah. So yeah. I know that, you know, and since we're on Mr. Robot, you know, there's internet adventures. You know, I know we all have internet adventures, and I mentioned subreddit for Mr. Robot. Reddit is actually making some changes now. Before, self-posts didn't earn, you know, fake internet points, karma. So I guess now when you do a self-post, they're called text posts now, and they have decided that these text posts have a lot of value. In fact, some of the
So they don't think it'll bastardize the results or anything like that.
No, well, it used to be that some of the text posts, and pardon my French, were shit posts. But now they're not. I mean, there's a lot of really good conversation on some of the text posts, and Reddit's like any internet place. You can go down the rabbit hole real easy. But the self posts, I'm kind of into this. I have my Reddit karma. I've been on there for almost 5 years. I've done the Secret Santa thing and whatnot. And so I like having more fake internet points, because the one with the most fake internet points wins, apparently. So
yeah, it's not like having Bitcoins, which may have some value at any point in the time, but
Bitcoin's worth money now. So but Bitcoin's another conversation, because that one's kind of crazy. Now, I know you get your Facebook fake internet points, so I know you talk about some of the stuff you're seeing on Facebook.
I'm a Nazi. I try to refrain from being a grammar Nazi or political Nazi, or just a why did you post that, kind of Nazi. And the one that just has come up lately again is the attention. Tomorrow morning, you'll connect to Facebook and you'll be invited to give payment info. It's official. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. First of all, who's official? Who cite the source? I love that. Facebook will begin to charge fees. If you copy this wall, your icon will turn blue and Facebook will be freed. So just copy and paste. I'm like, were you this? Did you miss this 2 years ago when that happened? Did you miss it 4 years ago when we told you it didn't happen? Do you ever log out of your Facebook long enough to let it cool down so you have to log back in? Because if you could ever stop sharing, liking, or reacting to posts long enough for you to actually log out and log back in, you'll see that on the home page it says, to quote, "It's free. It always will be. Always has been, always will be." So please, probe before you post, people. Probe before you post. It takes just a little time to cut and paste that in Google. Hit the button and see Snopes said no to it. Then you can be the smart person that stops that, not the dumb one that passes it along.
Well, and the thing is this is what's called social engineering. And, we were talking about hacker culture earlier. This is the most basic form of hacker culture. This was hacker culture before anybody even knew what hacker culture was. Call up old people and ask them for money. I mean, that happens now. You're like, "Hi, this is your, grandson. I'm in Florida and I'm stuck. Can you,
your grandson's in jail. He asked me to call you for money."
Yeah. And so this is just another form of social engineering to get people to give up their information. I mean, we're already giving up enough privacy.
Willed to me every day. Every day I get money willed to me, and by the Nigerian people or the UK people. Hey, donation.
Oh, you get it willed to you? I've won the lottery, and they're going to send me a check, and I'm supposed to send them the balance, but I get to keep some of it. So it's great. I mean,
good for you.
I think you're going to be
win-win.
Yeah, exactly. So, but I mean, to continue on our internet stuff, I do have a little mini rant, and I know we do have our random rants, but this is a little mini rant. I'm going to go off the rails.
Rant on.
Okay, well, it's about Google Plus, because I was actually talking to my neighbor, because she's also on Google Plus, and we share some of the communities on Google Plus. But lately they've changed their algorithm, and I don't know when it happened. I don't know if it was a couple months ago or several months ago, because all of a sudden, like, my feed, which I don't have a lot of friends on my Google Plus, my feed has become really jumbled. It used to be orderly, and I'm an orderly person.
Oh, they improved it, you mean? They did.
Oh, yes, they improved it. So I'm an orderly person. So I like to see the post that happened 3 minutes ago, then the post that happened 57 minutes ago, and then the post that happened 3 hours ago, and then the one that happened 3 days ago. And it's like, but it's not like that anymore. And the other thing is like some of the people I'm following and some of the people who I know are active on there, I'm not seeing them in my stream. So Google Plus is becoming less and less relevant. And I used to be like a big, fangirl about Google Plus. Google Plus is better than Facebook. Google Plus is really great. You look at the things you want to look at. Well, guess what, Google Plus? You're going off the rails. So there's my mini rant on that.
Every time they try to do that on any kind of Twitter type thing, Instagram thing, when they try to screw with the way the feed is, people don't like it.
No.
I mean, just to the feed or you don't. I mean, that's just the way it is. So I understand that. Every time they have the Facebook changes, I hold off on it till the last minute. They force me on it. I just had my Windows updated. I was like trying to push that off as long.
Oh, did you do that?
That's another
mini rant for another day.
A gun came out of the screen pointed it at me and said, "You are now downloading the new format." And I was okay.
Okay, well then we're gonna go totally second rant. So I guess we're gonna have a couple of random rants. Who cares? It's a podcast, right? So I log on to my computer one day, my main computer, my hand-built box, and I've got Windows 10.
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry, all your files are in the same place, except that I run a dual screen setup and it's not working.
That's not it.
I update Display Fusion thinking that that's going to fix it. No, it doesn't play well with Windows 10. And then I looked and I've got a couple of other open source software bits on there that are not playing well with Windows 10. So I had to go and revert. But there's actually, if you search Google, there is places where you can go that tell you how to not only revert back, but how to eliminate getting that update that you don't want.
Yeah, I know.
We should put that in the show notes, and I'll have those links in the show notes.
Fight City Hall.
Yes, you can, and you can win if you want to. That's another story, but we'll do that another day.
Kicking and is that you being pulled out, kicking and screaming, dragged out? That's you? Okay, all right.
Yeah, right. So I know that that both of us have a lot of things that are coming up these next week.
Well, in Milwaukee in general, and that's what we always try to do this. Hey, folks, we're going to have email addresses. We're going to have a Facebook page here. You can certainly post things there. If I like them, I'll let them post on. If not, you won't get them posted. If I don't like your Facebook page, I won't let you come on either, probably. But
Are you going to be a meanie? Are you going to be a meanie? You're not allowed to be a meanie.
Mine and yours. Ours. Not
wait,
some
guys,
guy.
He's not allowed to be a meanie. He's not allowed.
I can do that. If some guy's got 500 different places, things that he likes, forget you. You're just on there. No. All right. So anyway, so we do like to talk a little bit about what's coming up in Milwaukee. We're trying to get some stuff up. What do you got coming up? You wanted to first get a little thorn in your side about Blow Up the Beach, which you normally like.
Damn. I was upset about that because I love fireworks. So we went to so many fireworks over the 4th of July, both good and bad. But one of the best fireworks in Milwaukee, hands down, has been Blow Up the Beach. Now, a bunch of people have moved into the area and don't understand, apparently, the South Shore Water Frolics, which I've been going to since I was really little. I was going when they still had the water skiing on the lake. They had the big parades. They had all the concerts. Everybody picnicked and partied, and then at the end of it, you got fireworks. Well, about 20 years ago, they started doing these massive fireworks called Blow Up the Beach.
It's all about the fireworks now.
Oh, yeah. So apparently somebody got all whiny and said, oh, my dog needs a thunder shirt. Now, mind you, I'm an animal advocate and an animal lover. I have a big dog who doesn't like fireworks.
Animals with stuff any more than anybody else does.
Right, yeah. I've got cats. I've got a dog. My daughter's got cats and dogs and bunnies and guinea pigs. And we love animals. And we understand animals don't like loud noises. But you can mitigate that a little bit with them if you know how to do it. That being said, yeah, sure. The beach has been going on for such a long time. And people know how to do it. So there's people who are like, oh, my children don't like the loud noises. My cupboards are rattling and, it's broken a dish. It's like, I don't know exactly what it is. I'm sure I'm going to get hate mail for this.
Once a year. I can't do that once a year.
Yeah, it's once a year. It is a Blow Up the Beach. It's probably one of the best fireworks in the country. Definitely the best ones in Milwaukee. This year they decided not to do Blow Up the Beach. We were going to go down there, and I hadn't seen fireworks in a couple of years because of family stuff, and we had a lot going on. And so I was like all excited. Well, that's it. I'm done. The last time I went to Blow Up the Beach was about 4 years ago. I'm done. It's like, it's just a shame.
Maybe there'll be a Beach Lives Matters or something like that. We can have.
Yeah, no, I think we gotta, that's not whatever. But it's kind of like, if you've moved into an area, it's kind of like moving to next to a freeway, you're gonna hear semis.
Yeah.
If you move,
but then you got to build me I moved here, but please build me this big wall so all the sound doesn't come to me, and I want you to pick up the tab for it, even though I'm the one who got the house here.
Well, yeah, and some of the people, if they've recently moved in, you should have researched the neighborhood. I'm sorry, but I'm a little bummed about Blow Up the Beach not being around anymore. I kind of understand, but then on the other hand, it's it's a community tradition, and I guess I'm just old school that way. So anyway, but I know you've got some things you're looking forward to.
All right, yeah, just a couple of things. Always the fest. I love the fest. I've gone to probably at least one or two a year. You know, we got Germanfest is our next one that's coming up. So you can go see the Dachshund races and cheer on the
Dachshund.
wieners. Yep, the Dachshunds. And
You
cheer
know,
on the wieners until there's a wiener. That was it, right?
that was really bad. That was almost a dad joke. That was
All right,
almost a dad joke.
right. And then also the little things that are nice. They do these around a lot of times. There's Bayview in the park. It's every second Saturday between 11 to 3 through September, and it's at Humboldt Park. So they have a beer garden for those of you that like your art that way.
Liquid art.
It might be a little better. Let's come through and see what it is. Have beers, come back and see how we like it a second time.
There you go. A little bit of beer goggles always makes the art look better.
Right. And I always want to try to mention, because this is a great thing that people never do enough of, is that on the first Friday of every month, the Milwaukee Public Museum and the Milwaukee Art Museum, are actually free. So the next one is August 5th. So please check out one or both of those in a day if you can. All right.
Absolutely. Yeah. So so I'm looking forward to Star Trek. That opened today. And my husband loves the Star Trek series and the whole universe, and I'm really, obviously I'm a nerd, so I love the Star Trek stuff. So I'm looking forward to that. I'll probably have a review for that next week. I won't do any spoilers again unless there's something really great, and then I'll hit spoiler alert, and you can just mute your thing, and then we'll say spoiler alert over, and I'll make like some kind of sign.
And I don't think we can call this a spoiler, though. I don't think we call this because this has been kind of out here. What George Takei has said about what's happening with his new counterpart on the show, on the movie.
Yeah,
can we at least talk about it?
Yeah, we can. The whole thing with Sulu being gay.
Right.
And
George Takei he's like, oh my gosh, his Facebook page is the funniest Facebook page I ever have.
Oh, it really is.
But he actually came out and said, hey, it's not that he didn't like this a lot, because I think he thought they were forcing that on the character, and it was done as an honor. But I think he's just kind of like, well, it doesn't need to be gay, and I think that's kind of what he's getting at is, it doesn't need to be, thanks, but I don't need that,
Well, and that's fine. And what's interesting is the actor who plays Spock now is actually gay in real life.
Right.
So it's like, but they forced him into like a heterosexual relationship.
Yeah,
but the thing
is, on the show. Yeah,
but the thing is we all have to remember that this is fantasy and this is fiction, and so that's fine. And this is a different universe. They're calling this the Kelvin timeline.
You have a red shirt on. You're going to be the first to go in Star Trek. You have a red shirt on.
Damn it! Well, and plus I'm not part of the regulars, so they're always the first to go. Plus I'm a female, so I don't know. Maybe they won't kill me. They'll just whatever. But yeah, so I know you have a couple of rants that you have.
Still got time for it? How are we doing on time?
We're doing great on time, but
okay.
I want to show you something real quick.
All right.
It's like, I know you'll recognize this. Do you recognize this? There's a little bit of.
Hey, that's the product placement there.
I put this in my refrigerator for you because you left it here. So and it will be here for you until you come back.
You know what kind of like. You didn't throw it out, right?
I did not throw it out. I put it in my fridge. I'm actually going to Sharpie your name on it. So.
Right, and if you do throw it out, you'll know where you get to throw it out. I believe you'll be.
I'll ask your permission before. Can I throw this out now?
Yes, you can.
Okay,
yes.
All right, we're good.
But in the right receptacle.
Yeah, okay, in the correct recycling container. Right.
All right. So anyway, the last rant of the day. We all have refrigerators, as you mentioned. You put that in there for me. I appreciate it. But sometimes if I wouldn't have come by for a few days, a week, a month, that'll be sitting in there. And it's like time to clean the fridge. We all do this at work. There's always a shared fridge that you all need to, at one point, roommates, when you're in college, it doesn't matter. It's time to clean the fridge. And at work, somebody always gets the short straw and gets to be the person that cleans it out. So, of course, the first thing that happens is that all the food, we have the email that comes out and says, hey, move it or lose it. Put a tag on it, put your name on it. Anything without a expiration date is going to get tossed, and that's it. We'll throw it all out. So claim it and date it. So I put a label on my sodas. I keep like a half 12-pack little carton, like if you cut a 12-pack in half. It's in there. I put my name in there. The cans were in there. And then the next morning I come in there, go to my, and I'm like, where's my sodas? Oh, they must have taken them all out because they're cleaning and wiping it down, and stuff like that. So they must have, put them out. So I look around and I don't see them anywhere. And so I'm looking a little bit more, and all of a sudden I find the cans in the garbage can.
What?
Empty. Cans of soda.
Full cans of soda they dumped out.
Unopened cans of soda. Okay, so now here's the real part about it.
Oh, they didn't dump them? They just tossed them?
No. See, and that's the other insane part, is they took the time to dump the soda out of the cans. Now, don't you know that every time you hear, psst, psst, that's still good. And every can has a date on the bottom. So I think for me to redate my cans of soda is a little bit redundant. So, I guess I'm just, and then when they threw the cans out, we have recycling. They weren't in the recyclables. You didn't even do that part right. I mean, I at least throw them in the recyclables so I feel a little bit better about waste in the soda.
Dave. Don't have a heart attack.
Earth in our world. Right. So here's my real thing about it. It's like this person who's doing this, when they're in there and they're looking at that and they're grabbing the soda and they're grabbing all this stuff up, I'm sure the ketchup wasn't thrown out, So, but anyway, she's in there checking. What if I had a gold bar in there? Well, it doesn't fulfill any of the things to leave it in there. It doesn't have a name on it, and it doesn't have an expiration date on it. So there goes the gold bar. Let's throw it away, right? Even like a dollar bill. If there was a dollar bill in there, hey, there's no name on here. There's no name on the dollar bill. It's somebody's name, but I think that guy's dead, and we don't have his secretary. None of our secretaries have this name.
Pretty sure all of the presidents on the dollar bills, the 20s, the 5s.
Right. So that signature, that's not really, there's no expiration date on this thing, but I know $2 bills only last 2 years in circulation, right? So this has to be old because it's dated 1950. So throw that money away because it's not doesn't have a name on it, and it doesn't have an expiration date saying it's still good.
You should put a bag of pennies in there. Like, seriously, they're outdated.
Yes, but they're all old now. These are old pennies. We don't have to throw these away. And nobody's name is on them, so throw them away. But
I think you should put a bag of pennies in there.
So what are you doing to me, though? I mean, I'm just like, why would you toss out soda? That it's just because, again, someone's just like sitting there, you're cleaning it out, going, yeah, I'll show them. Yeah, there's nothing on here. Dousing herself with it.
Okay. Like, do you feel better now?
Where's
Dave feels better now.
Okay. All right.
Dave feels better now. So next week we're going to be doing this again. We're going to have episode 2.
Yeah, because you can't prevent us. You can't tell us we can't come back. This isn't one of those things where you get to write in and say, I don't want them to have another podcast. No, I'm sorry. You can't do that.
We're gonna try to do this every week. We invite you to email us at hip.or.critical@gmail.com. We'll have that in the show notes on our YouTube. Also, you can subscribe to our YouTube, Hypocritical. And then we'd also like to thank all of our listeners, especially the one. Hi, Dave's mom.
Hi, Mom.
See, hi, Dave's mom. And then, if you want to share this with somebody, and that'll double our audience. And, it's like the old commercial. You tell 2 people, and they tell 2 people, and they tell 2 people. And then next, we got some people subscribing. So, yes, definitely subscribe to our YouTube channel. Feel free to email us with criticisms, because we are hypocritical, or whether you think we're hip, or you have hip happenings, or you just want to give us your peace of mind about how you don't like us.
Or
how you like us.
Rant. If you want me to rant, people, if you want to throw a rant and you want me, if I agree with it, we can work it out. I may give you some credit if it's nice. So, yeah, certainly you can have a byline if I use one of your rants. Definitely.
And eventually we're going to have a Patreon, but we don't have that set up yet. So you can become one of our producers and you can tell us what to do. So other than that, we want to say thanks to everybody. Visit our Facebook page as well. Dave's got that all set up, and we will see you in about a week. Adios, people. Peace out.